Hi guys, and welcome back to another Madden 17 draft, and they've just updated the draft, so there's going to be a lot of good players in packs now, or in the picks now, should I say, that haven't been in for, I think they haven't updated the draft for about 3 months, so hopefully we can get a really nice high rated draft now. I'm hoping we can get high 80s, because I haven't seen any high 80s drafts yet, and the first pick, that is a good start. We've got Aaron Rodgers or Brett Favre. I'm probably going to go with Aaron Rodgers just because his cards always play so well. I mean, their throw-in is always on point, and I haven't actually used a Brett Favre, and we get a 95 rated in the second round. That is Howie Long. We're playing a 3-4, but I think in a 3-4 he will be pretty good for us, just because he's got very good block shed and power move, I think, for a left end. But the next pick, not as flashy as the first two, but we do get Martellus Bennett, 85 rated. I'll definitely take that. Hopefully we can get something nice here as well. We do need a running back, but we could also do with a wide receiver, just to lock down a good wide receiver. Or Richie Incognito is always good. Going to go for Kelvin Benjamin though, just because it's always nice to lock down a receiver position. Next pick, I'm going to go with the English train, Jay Ajayi there, just to get a nice running back. He's very well rounded. He's not a standout at anything, but he is very, very good at everything. This pick could go with Von. Very good in a 3-4, but I think Malcolm Jenkins for us might just be that little bit better because his coverage skills are so good. And now another insane round. Willie Brown here has to be the pick. I've never actually used the Willie Brown card, but I've been told they're very, very good. And another high 90s round. This is looking like it's going to be one hell of a good draft. Justin Houston or Darnell Dockett here. I would go with Rashard Jones, but we do already have a strong safety. So I think I'm going to go with Justin Houston just because in a 3-4, he's probably as good, if not better, than Von Miller's card, I think. He just always plays so well for me. Another 91 rated card in there. I'm just going to go for him. Just going to get Willie Shields in there. And move on. And now Chandler Jones as well, a right outside linebacker who is actually a right end, so he will be insane for us in that 3-4. If you look at those stats, they are very, very suited for that 3-4 position. And now Bobby Wagner as well. We could go with Bradley Roby, but I'm going to go with Bobby Wagner just to get a nice user card in there. Next pick, once again, good elite round. All positions that we can use. I'm going to use the free safety Eric Reed in there just because I love Eric Reed. This pick, we do already have... Obviously, we don't have an outside backer, I don't think, but I'm not going to go with it. I'm going to go with Cannon just so we can run to the right. If you look at that right-hand side, that is some phenomenal blocking power. Larry Fitz is an option. Mike Singletary I'm going to go with though, just so when I muck up my coverage on Wagner, he will be there to cover for me. And our final pick, we do need a wide receiver, so I'm going to go with T.Y. Hilton. And that draft looks absolutely insane. 87 overall. I haven't seen one that high rated yet. I don't know if you guys have, but for me, that is the best draft I think I've ever had. I am absolutely stoked with that. That looks so, so good. And the team isn't just high rated, it's also very good in pretty much every key position. We could have done with one a bit higher rated wide receiver, but we do have a nice running back to complement that, which should give them chances to get open. And on defense, the team just looks unreal. I mean, Brown in there, Singletary, Houston, Jenkins, everyone looks great. So let's jump into some gameplay. So guys, this is our front three there. Long, Rodgers and Jenkins. 95, 94, 93. Way better than this guy. I've got Mike Singletary as well, and he's in his top 3. So the team's definitely in my favour. So I do fancy myself to win this game. We're going to try and give the ball to Jay Ajayi wherever we can, just because I think he is one of, if not the only, British player in the NFL at the moment. I know at NFL, the Facebook page and the company go on about it all the time, how he is probably one of the only British players. But anyway, I know I fancy myself in this game, but we're getting destroyed by my opponent at the moment. 4th and 17. I don't know why I didn't punt at this point. I know I should have punted. I hadn't done anything on his defence yet. He sends in a nice blitz, and my lineman just let him get through. I followed the wrong route here. He gets so wide open on the left, runs it into the one, and he's going to call hurry up. I don't think he's going to run it at this point because he hadn't run the ball yet. I just had you know when you just have a feeling your opponent's not going to do something, so I know I'm going to use the linebacker and I'm going to follow a crossing route because he is definitely going to throw to a crossing route. But something does prevent us from actually doing this, as you'll see in a second. He's definitely going for the throw. Little bit of lag there stops me from following that properly. I was definitely going to follow that route. I knew he was going to do it, but we do go 7-0 down, and we're going to try and run the rock still wherever we can, even though it's not actually working out for us so far. But I've run the ball twice, so I think he's going to gamble on me running it again. He does send the house. He sends 6 or 7 guys there, I think. And over the middle, the slant route, he's going to get wide open. This play, he has absolutely no coverage on the left-hand side. So I'm going to put Ajayi in a nice wheel route. He gets absolutely wide open, and he's going to take it all the way to the end zone to give us a 7-all game. So we are back in the game. My opponent gets bought half and he has another chance to score now, and I did absolutely nothing to stop his offense last drive, but I'm still feeling pretty confident that, you know, we can do something on this guy and we can beat him, because the team should be able to carry me through, to be honest. And we are forcing him to 3rd and 11. I'm just keeping everything covered over the middle. I know he's going to roll out. I'm not sure exactly what he's going to do. I know my lineman will get him there, and we don't get a sack, but we do get an incompletion. So it's 4th and 11. I'll get really good field position if I stop this. I'm following the guy over the middle. Everything is locked up, probably double covered in pretty much every position there, and we get a turnover on downs. So very happy with that. Ajayi did pretty well, to be honest, this draft. He, as I said when I was actually doing the picks, he's not insane at anything, but he is pretty good at everything. So everything I told him to do, he did pretty well. 3rd and 8. That's why you get Aaron Rodgers. Throwing on the run, absolute dot, and we're going to give him the rewards and QB sneak it in to get the go-ahead touchdown in the game. So we're 14-7. My opponent play action there. I fell for it, but Brown didn't, and we get a pick 6 on his first offensive play just after I scored. So we're up 2 possessions and 2 touchdowns at this point. And since he hasn't had a red zone offense chance, he hasn't actually got cooking on offense yet. So I'm pretty glad about that. He's going to try and launch it up to Randy Moss there. Fortunately for me, Randy Moss was actually on one of my lower rated cornerbacks the whole time, which was quite annoying because I knew at least once that would come off for him. And nice screenplay there. Didn't expect that whatsoever. I mean, 3rd and 10, I thought he's going to just panic again, as he's done the last few times, and try and launch it deep. He does. I'm trying to use... I think my user in on this play is pretty nice until this point. I gamble forward. He sees that, but Brown makes up for it. And I'm really thinking of picking his card up in my Road to Glory series, just because of how well he played in this particular game. Ajayi, once again, as I said, doing pretty good at everything I'm asking him to do. Unfortunately, we couldn't get a touchdown towards the end of that half, so it's still 21-7. Once again, throws to a wide open receiver in the zone I should be in. So he's making his way downfield pretty nicely. It's no way is it game over at this point. I know he hasn't done much on offense since the start, and we get a huge hit stick there. Not sure how Card didn't fumble. I thought even a running back might have fumbled at that point, because that hit was absolutely huge. But as I said earlier, he's got Randy Moss lined up against one of my lower rated corners, and that is what he can do. He's just so tall, so strong in the game, and he can come down with balls like that, considering he's 6'5" as well. And at this point, admittedly, I'm just chewing clock, trying to prevent my opponent from having another possession of the ball whatsoever. And if I get into field goal range, that's a bonus, to be honest. I just want to run the game out, get the win, and try and work my way forward. We do get very fortunate there that Hearns breaks 2 tackles and falls forward. So we're nearly up to the 2-minute warning. He sends in an insane blitz there. I didn't actually see that when I was playing, but now that I'm watching it back again, that was a fairly obvious blitz that was coming in. Fortunately for me, though, Ajayi, once again, very good receiving back for me as well. He's done some very nice receptions on wheel routes to actually, keep us in the game, to be perfectly honest. Without Ajayi, we wouldn't have been at this point in the game. And then he just runs the rock forward a few yards, which is exactly what we needed. We just need to get into field goal. I know if he sends a mid-blitz again, I'm going to have enough linemen, and including the tight ends, to block every blitzer. The middle will be wide open, and that's the end of the game. Got into field goal range, and he quit. So moving into the second game of the episode. Once again, our front three are way better than my opponent's front three there. And I don't know why you pick Ninkovic, because I know he's a reasonable rated card, but he just plays so badly for me in the game. I'm not sure why you pick him. Anyway, saying that, I'll probably pick him at some point, and you guys will definitely point that out to me. But anyway, he's starting to run the ball a little bit here. His offense, you know, is becoming more commonplace to come up against people who run just run the ball, to be honest, more than anything. Could have got a pick there. Didn't use it exactly correctly. But we do force him to punt. So after that first run, he didn't actually get anything off. And I got fake punted in the last game. Didn't actually show it, but I did get fake punted. So I was just very hesitant on this one. I was hoping this didn't bounce to the 1 yard. It gets very, very close, but it does just go into the end zone. So we get the ball on the 20. If we got on 1 yard line, this would have been a very, very different game. Going to start off with a nice play action here. Roll out to the right. We get a very nice block from Cannon, I think that was, on the right tackle slot. Gives us a very nice gain of 28 to Hilton there. Trying to run the rock with a Jai, got 3 yards. So I thought I'm going to try and throw it on this play again. Once again, Bennett gets wide open. Has a nice little bit of separation speed. I think he can take a big hit, which he did. And, you know, we're in my opponent's half, so at least a field goal at this point. But he was running a lot of cover man. So to beat cover man very nice and easily is a corner out with Kelvin Benjamin. Actually having a nice bit of speed to get away from someone, which is not what you see very often coming from him. So we're 7-0 up. As you can see by the video length, there's not much longer left. And you will find out why soon. Nearly get a pick there. I think an extra half second. That would have been perfectly in the vicinity for Wagner. I'm going to use her over the top here. Risk it a little bit with Malcolm Jenkins. Just cover every crossing route in the middle. We get a very nice pick. And that puts my opponent's head down. And he ends up quitting. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video. Probably one of the best drafts I've ever got, and maybe one of the best drafts that you might ever actually see. I couldn't believe that this was the first draft I actually got after the draft changes. But anyway, if you've enjoyed the video, drop a like on it, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys soon, hopefully, for another video.